Mark 11:23. You will have what you say.
Working knowledge is greater than knowledge. Knowledge has never been power. Everybody thinks knowledge is power. They got degrees. But they're laying in the Crocker and Fifth on Skid Row. They have no working knowledge. They can't apply. They can't execute what they've learned. It's no good. It's just a library. You've got to understand that if you don't change the thing that's holding you back, don't you complain about what you permit in your life. You can't complain about it. It takes a second to change anything in your life. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. It's a hard decision to change from here. You ask God to come in and purge. Purge. If they bring me a car and they go, hey man, this thing is running hot. Okay. I checked the engine's fine. It's got a cooling system problem. Well, you know what? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check the significance of that cooling system. Let's just say that cooling system is satisfaction. Big enough radiator. The block hasn't been overboard. Everything looks good. Something is wrong. Okay, we're going to purge the system. I'm going to take that radiator, I'm going to find out where the blockage is. And then I'm going to address that part of it. You don't need to address everything in your life. You need to address the thing that's anchoring you from getting ahead. Those things are in you everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, those go with you. Listen, man, you can jump the fence. The same cows that eat it, you still got to cut it. You think the grass is green on the other side. It's not. Those same cows have to cut it. Eat it. You're with those cows, except your toolbox went with you. Now you hire me, Rafi hires me to go work at his shop. And he works on nothing but imports. And I bring my domestic toolbox. And Rafi says, Sammy, go pull the head on that Toyota. Okay. I'm over there, 5.5 hours later, I only got 2 bolts off. He goes, man, you got to get out of here. You don't know what you're doing. So Rafi fires me. I go to the next shop. I said, yeah, that guy fired me over there, man. He's no good, man. The guy's just a hot-headed guy. He wants everything done instantaneously. I worked for that guy for 1 day, and I get fired from his shop. These guys don't get it. What do they tell you to do? He wanted me to pull the head out of a Toyota. Well, did you do it? Well, I don't have those kind of tools. I have domestic tools. He's got an import car. Your tools go with you, man. You're an angry individual. You're a judgmental individual. You're full of all kinds of divisional stuff. You're full of suspiciousness. You're full of fear. You're full of all this stuff. You go from your house to the neighbor's house. You bring it over there because it goes with you. And you really never have true friends. You really will never have a true friend. You will have associates in your life. Because you're not a true friend. Because sooner or later you're going to find a flaw in that person. Because that's your eyes. That's a spirit of division. Division. God says we're a house, man. Don't let division come in. Nobody wants to be around somebody who's a fault finder, who's a busybody, who catalogs everything you've ever done wrong. The only person that will bother right now is the person that's doing it. Martha, you were telling me that these people that you worked with before, that's all they do. That shouldn't affect you because you don't do it. Nothing can bother you unless it's in you. Nothing. Listen to me very carefully. This is what I want you to do from now on. The book of Romans 4 verse 17, it says something so powerful, so significant to our lives. When I say it says it's so significant and so powerful, this is what exactly it says. It says the very thing that you're doing on a daily basis and cannot understand why. No, wants to be around you. Your finances ain't going anywhere. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Nothing works. The past always comes up. The very thing that you're doing on a daily basis. In Romans 4:17. In the book of Romans 4, verse 17. It says, this is God making a covenant with Abraham. He says, as it is written, I have made you a father of many nations, in the presence of him whom he believed, even God, who gives life to the dead and calls those things which do not exist as if they did exist. Listen to me carefully. Everything that you say with your mouth is a prophecy to your future. Brother Sammy, they're always laying people off. They're laying people off. I guarantee next week, I know they're laying off next week. I'm always the one that gets laid off. Bam! He gets laid off. He gets laid off. He prophesied it. Why? Because God said in Genesis 1:27, I created you, male and female, in my image. Your words are spiritual sperm, man. Everything you say with your mouth, you are going to have in your life. This is why it's so important when Satan interjects a thought. You hear people all the time go, hey, let's fly out to Palm Springs, get dinner. Oh, no, Brother Sammy. He'd rather die in a car wreck than go in an airplane. If that person, if Satan was stupid enough that day to kill the man who said he'd rather die in a car wreck than go in an airplane, everyone who heard him say he'd rather die in a car wreck than go in an airplane, catalog. He didn't get me said what Brother Joe said. Brother Joe said he'd rather die in a car wreck than go in an airplane. 6 years later, he's leaving church, Brother Joe. Praise you, Jesus. What a great service today. I love you, Lord. He gets killed on the freeway. Why did that happen to Brother Joey? He was such a mighty man of God. Had his Bible. Everywhere he went, he told a powerful testimony. It was judged 7 years before that. And nobody ever remembered what he said. God said, by your words, you justify yourself. By your words, you condemn yourself. It's not what goes in your mouth that destroys you. It's what comes out of your mouth. He says, death and life is in the power of your own tongue. He said you're snared by your own words. And then he says this, you are going to have what you say. You have what you say. You're calling those things that are not every day. You're speaking what's going on in your life. You go to bed at nighttime. Before you go to bed, you mutter. You say things. You meditate. Meditate means you're muttering something. You're saying something negative about your life, about tomorrow, about what's going on in your life of yesterday. And then when you go to bed at nighttime, that's what you wake up with. You create your own world around you. And one bad apple could destroy the whole bunch. You listen to me. One wrong person can divide a whole country. They say a chain is only strong as what? The weakest link, but that's not the broken link. A weak link ain't a broken link. The weak link is in its wrong position. It needs to be in a position where its strength is. I'm the engine builder. I'm not the office person. Put the office person in the engine room, we're going to have a problem. Put me in the office, we're going to have a problem.
So, using that example of that person who said that he was scared,
He'd rather die in a car wreck, yeah.
What if, the next day, he knew what he said was wrong? Could he repeat that?
Everything you say, you can turn around. You can turn, there's nothing in this world that you cannot turn around, including your own physical body. With that, there's people in your life daily who is an enemy to you. You need to cut them off. You better not be an enemy to somebody. If you're not speaking life into their life, then you're speaking death. If you don't have good thoughts towards them, then you have divisional thoughts towards them. You can turn anything around in your life. If you don't like your lifestyle, change it. Nobody wants to hear your drama. They didn't bargain for your drama. They didn't bargain for your negativity. Change it. Change it. Don't use people as a throw-up basket. If you want help, you come and you listen to the mentor. 3 ways that you learn: instincts, mentors, and experiences. Experiences are for idiots that don't listen to mentors. A man with wisdom perceives problems and avoids them. You're only remembered for the problems you solve or the ones you create in life. If nobody wants to be part of your circle, there's a reason. There's a reason. Find out. Find out. Go find out. Be willing to accept it. You already know the answer. You just want drama in your life. Because that's what you thrive off of, drama. Don't do it. You be the solution to people's lives and watch them run to you instead of run from you. Let them run to you. You be their problem solver. You be significant in your life. You know you're nobody till you solve a problem. When you solve a problem for somebody, you create a wave of favor in your life. You give something to somebody they can't get anywhere else, they call you. Some people are so bound up in fear, and it's obvious. It's obvious. They got a lunch crowd with them everywhere they go, with everything they ever need, everywhere, every second. And guaranteed that all happens to them. Because they bring it to them. The Bible says, as you think in your heart, that's the way it's going to be. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. You're right.
I have a question, Tim. For a long time now, or for a while, I've been going and playing music to help feed the homeless in Santa Ana.
Yeah.
And, these people are in a really bad situation, And I know a couple of them are on drugs. I guess my question is, there's this one guy, I don't know what he was doing. I never asked him or anything, but, I can't help but think, wow, he's kind of messed up on drugs. I don't treat him bad or anything, but like
okay, what's the significance of the story, Daniel?
Well, I mean, is that a bad thing to think, wow, that guy, probably on heroin or something? Is that bad to think that? I don't treat him bad or...
Here's the deal. Watch this. If the man goes and asks you for something, your job is to do this. God says give to all who asks.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. If you're not careful, you will wind up putting yourself in a whole bunch of bondage with the enemy talking to you. Well, if you were really a Christian, you'd go over there and help that guy. Then you go over there and help and say, he's not appreciative of you. You should be doing things of God. Then you go back and think, why didn't you go persevere it? Jesus said the man with tenacity will win. Then he'll help you bounce it. This is why it's so important. God will tell you who to give to. And here's when you know you're supposed to go give it to somebody. When you know that there's somebody that needs it. You know that there's people in your life that are serving you. Listen to me. Your job is to bear one another's burdens. You know in your heart of hearts what you're supposed to do. Don't go asking people. You know what you're supposed to do. God will inspire you and give you an unction to go do something. Go do it. Somebody comes up to you and they're filthy, dirty, and you know that they're hungry, and they're asking you for a couple dollars. Satan's going to go, oh, what do you know? What is he going to do with the money? He's just going to go drink it away. When you start rationalizing, the word rationalize means rationing lies to your mind. God's not asking you to feed the whole world. He's asking you to feed one person. He's doing that to get you to be obedient to his voice. His voice. It's between you and him. Like a daddy and a daughter. A daddy and a son. You want your son to be obedient to you. You want your son to know your voice. You want your your child to listen to you. You got to be smarter than the enemy. It'll get to the point where you just want your son to look at you and you go like that and he says, yes, Dad. Your daughter look at you, yes, Mom. But you got to do it with God. See, the word willingness, the Bible says, if you be willing. That's all it is. If you be willing. If you be willing to change your thoughts, your behavior, your actions towards people. And then what? They'll run to you. If right now a snake came in this place, you guys would do everything you can to avoid the snake. You guys would run away. If a bumblebee came in here, you would do everything you can to avoid it. But which one gets bit?
The one that fears it.
The one that fears it. The one that fears it. I just know that's going to happen. I know I'm going to get bit. I always know I'm going to get bit. I know I am. Hey, the snake goes over there and bites you. I told you I was going to get bit. It may not be that day, but you'll get bit by a snake.
This message has been brought to you by Winning at the Race of Life. To invite Hollywood stuntman, speaker, and author Sammy Maloof to your organization, please call 626-292-2258. Visit winningattheraceoflife.com and join us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.